he built a little raft and he's trying the I like going on this little tiny raft. It's like trying to like get this up, trying to escape an island and go out to sea. Raft made of sticks.
It's like doing the simplest task, like open, crash your computer.
Done all this stuff, yeah. Well, okay, so we're. All right, so that's live. We're good to go. So I'll just do a fade in. So Gene, how was your week? Any fun stories to tell anyone?
I want to share a story. Like I don't do it. Basically,
whole life. Should I share this?
No. You know what? I don't think she does.
You don't have to say anyone's name.
I with a friend earlier this week, and they brought their child, and it kind of just became like my child. And it wasn't.
Was it like a?
It was the holiday. So it was like, we're gonna hang out, whatever. And they brought. Okay, yeah, that'll be fun. They can hang out close enough in age, and it's like, and my friends are just gonna watch. And I was like, have like one and be like, I gotta do this swap.
It's funny.
It just like picture that looks like you, like in terms of like skin tone and like eye color, and I'm just like, it's clearly not mine.
What do you think is the biggest thing you've learned so far that you didn't expect? Is there anything that you're like, oh wow, I didn't think of this?
Oh, I didn't think of this. Dude, they make some
really
Jurassic Park sounding noises. Like just out of fucking nowhere.
Just in the middle of the night.
Dude, I can up right. And like I'm not like we engaging her because we were like looking entertaining herself, like her toy or some shit. It was like, yeah, really loud, and I heard it like echo through the fucking. My brother and I look at her like, yo, what's good? And about it, like just the weirdest noise. Like I feel like this, I guess, but also like just anything like, grabs and straight, and like, and it's like it sounds, but like anything it does is,
yeah.
It's or like the TV remote and my phone. Phone is the dirtiest fucking thing. Like, do you ever think how phones are? Like,
yeah, she don't.
Well, like like a cell phone and like just traces amounts of ketamine probably and fucking like
starts sucking on it.
Yeah, almost spit probably just because knows what, and it's and she's just like, I don't give a fuck.
God.
Ketamine babies. So yeah, that and like just purely park demon void noises. It's really
yeah. That's
damn what you learned from.
I have learned I myself had an abortion, so yeah. So
you legally.
I transitioned. Woman.
No,
I got pregnant and back.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Of course, Family Guy is so bad. joke on Family Guy when Peter like got a sex change and Peter goes, every time we start playing 80s music, he'll like come out and like every time it's a different sex.
There's like a whole plot where like Brian there's like his mom and but like his Family Guy, I fucked your dad. Like fight, remember?
Yeah. Best Family Guy arcs, man. It's so bad now. Even I can't believe run episodes.
5 dance are gonna get us canceled. So hey, what's up? On me, we are a podcast entity politics. Here we all forms of gender spectrum, LGBTQ plus topics, discuss gender, sex, orientation. It's all here.
That's
and
right.
To stay on topic, by Jordan Peterson.
Doctor, ladies and gentlemen. So is giddy as shit about Peterson controversy going on. I texted you because I wanted to think about Jordan Peterson. Have you followed more of Jordan Peterson? It's a saga that is truly remarkable of this man. I am just all here for it. Our country burns to the fuck. So I need to hear, what do you think, Peterson? Because the listener, some of you may know the biggest names on the internet right now for like the past, like, not, I shouldn't say a controversial figure on the internet for a while now, but I want to know what him.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with like what I knew about him on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looked him up, so now I know a little more this week. I knew he was like a internet person who I guess is like conservative and has opinions on pronouns and just the buzzwords that people throw around your own that, you know what I mean? So like I knew he was like one of those. I'm gonna trend on Twitter because I controversial on my JK Rowling board. And that was kind of it. Age or like I didn't know, like I guess he did like professionally. Like I guess I just assumed he was like, oh, a podcast person, like Ben Shapiro is, you know?
A pundit then I looked, head.
Like so then I looked it up and I guess he's like a he's had like a legit like academia.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But then he became personality.
I can give a brief background. Go into
because anyone. How do you go from like fucking Stephen Hawking to PewDiePie?
Exactly. So it's a really, it's like a whole behind his story and how he got famous, became a big figure on the internet. For anyone who doesn't know, Jordan Peterson, he's a Canadian college professor in Canada, and I think this was in 2013, you know, a couple years ago, really. There was this law, basically, or it was about the school where they were going to enforce that you are required to call people by their preferred pronouns. It was like some sort of legislation. That like they were going to make it mandatory for you to refer to someone as their pronouns of their choice. He came out and he had this whole about it, and he gave lectures probably at his college and stuff, getting a following problem of where his take was basically, he was never very like big on it's hard to explain. It's suppression of free speech. He started back in the day, he would say, if one of my students comes in and specific pronouns that they want to be called, I'll call them whatever they want. Legally, by law, that he like was an attack on free speech. Sure, I'll grant you that. It'd be the law. I don't care. But he's always, yeah, it's just, who cares? Say he's like back in the day, if someone wanted to be called a or something, he would. So he ended up getting, or he published some book after that. I think it's like the 7 Rules or something, and he basically gives a lot of life advice. He coach. He was a psychologist. Life advice, right? So this book, #1 bestseller, whole thing.
Wait. How? So, like, here are my thoughts on free speech. He wrote like a self-help book, I guess.
Well, that's kind of his thing. He's basically politics was one thing, and he was always like, it's into your values and your morals, and he has this whole, as a psychologist, to live your life and be happy, and his advice to the world, and it was fellow, right? And a whole lot of, touring, lives talks, and then he got more into, arguing the culture wars. Years went on, he got more conservative and just basically, the same, obsessed with the culture war and just was it cloud to the max. He's done the podcast circuit, been on Joe Rogan a ton. He's been on a lot of people's different podcasts. Then there was this whole years ago where he also suffered thing going on with him, where he suffered from this illness, this very bizarre, unknown. I don't know exactly what it was, but basically,
okay.
So there, like, he went away for a while, a little bit there, like for a year. He basically happened with him medically, where he
what it is actually
diagnosed with.
He had benzodiazepine withdrawal syndrome.
He was addicted to like painkillers or something, like intentionally. He was like, and they got him.
He went through severe withdrawals or something. And
yeah,
I don't want to. It's like recreationally, he could have been prescribed,
I think, but he suffered from depression himself.
I mean, it seems like it. I mean, from reading about it, it's pretty bad. Like, you can get like seizures, like pretty goddamn serious.
Yeah, it was like this whole thing. So it was an ironic thing where it was like advice on how to be happy, clinically depressed himself. Like so then he ends up when he comes back to the podcast circuit after he woke up in a hospital in Russia or something, like treated, and had to bring him to like a different country, experimental, medical attention done. He was like he went away to and then he came. It was like this whole thing. And
Odd Future Tape Volume 3.
Yeah. So now he's been back for a while now. This was a while ago. He's out there and he's taking hard into political, really just focusing a lot on the culture war. Been marketed very big intellectual, the same route as like Ben Shapiro, where just talks like this and he uses very big words. First of all, actually, and like he just uses very words to get across his points. So a very well-spoken intellect, and he's kind of he's done modern day philosophy, like he's kind of like this philosopher basically on life, I guess. So that's his That's his whole shtick, is that he's like this actual, very, you know, type person. I've always on Joe Rogan a lot, and they've like, you know, I always think it's interesting to hear what he has to say, because Joe Rogan and take him down a peg and kind of just down a peg, but like kind of at least have a norm them and kind of see what they're really about.
Dan, you're like 2 steps away from like, listen. I listen to Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan, right? I know what I'm.
No,
I'm just.
No.
I'm just...
So he's kind of it's, and so I've listened to like his self and everything, and I've seen what he's had. It's the most like.
Wait, I have a question.
Sure.
Well, because all the stuff about him, like how did I explain how like I kind of knew about him a little before, I guess you like researched him. Like, how did you hear about him?
The people I know on YouTube. I mean, he's over the years. He's been a big name. He's been a long time on like the internet. Anything kind of political or in a lot of conversations. I guess more political now.
Yeah.
But kind of there's this other side of it where I guess it ties into politics. You live your life, you know, but so there was that side of it. And I've listened when he talks about like, you know, advice and, you know, talking about, and it's very like, this is just all self-help stuff to me. It all just sounds very generic and stupid. Like I will find great value in it, and that, so maybe I'm sure there's some people that I've never found as very profound at all. You get into his politics, he just gets more conservative, is very, I don't know if, I guess you can call him like kind of an evangelical type. He's definitely just like I don't even know how to. He's kind of like very wholesome Christian values, and you know, and all that kind of crap. Sense.
Well, yeah, but so like his self-help books, it's not the kind of book where like start reading it and you're like, you know, okay, you know, stand up straight, you know, and then 100 pages in, he's like, all right, like 100 pages in, you're reading it. Now this next step is problems. You need to turn your life accept him as your Lord and Savior right now. You're like,
I don't think so. Like if you asked him like just, he would probably give like a diluted story answering the question, you know, or just he embodies the like a taking on wholesome, you know, of you know, so it would be very conservative, and I don't know, his so bizarre, and he goes on these long convoluted to make a point. He's one of those people where it's like you work backwards from your point up your mind, and you need to like mental gymnastics to make your point that point instead of, you know what I mean? That's kind of like how his arguments work. Same thing with Ben. They already come to their conclusion, and how can I make an argument to justify that conclusion?
It's like you ask, and he starts talking. Job card like 30 minutes later.
Yeah,
and it's like in conclusion,
basically,
it's like how I feel about it, and then I'm standing there with my pen and paper, like, sir, I for salad.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Exactly. And it's always been interesting just seeing what he always comes out with and says, and he always has and backlashes, and he did himself a lot with Ben Shapiro, Rubin, for these like, yeah, it gets better. So he's affiliated over the years, and like live shows, like where Dave Rubin, who's another political hack, he will create these shows, these live Peterson, right?
Oh,
and I
shit,
used to
okay.
watch some of the clips where they'd come and speak. Really, Dave Rubin would just be so the entire time on stage and just being, you know, and like the whole like one thing, and the entire first minutes to a half hour was them just so much hate online. I just don't understand so much people hate you. They just respond and the hate. Oh, people want to cancel me, and people, dude, get to your, what are you here to talk about, and how people hate you?
Crowd like, yes.
Yeah, and then he has a daughter, McKay, who's in the podcast space now and talks a lot of things, and she has like a whole little career herself.
Oh,
so
she's
there's
also involved.
Yeah, she's so she's got like a whole thing going on herself. They like share a lot of the same beliefs. A lot of lore to this guy, Jordan. It's really, there's a lot to digest when you're listening to his stuff. Like hearing what he has to say. I've always just been fascinated. I always think to myself, he says a lot of big words and he speaks, and it just, I guess you could say, sure, he's made some good points about certain things, but just like even the basic, got so much attention to begin with when he professor, you know, he's saying is by forcing me pronouns, that's impeding on my free speech. But to dedicate your life to this, I feel like is just, he's old man yelling at class.
Now, well, I was know if he's been like Alex Jones, or like is he just to like the fucking crazy time? I don't know. I'm looking it up. Yeah, it doesn't seem like
Alex Jones. I feel like Ben Shapiro hates Alex.
I didn't know that.
Alex Jones is on a whole nother level.
Yeah, I just asked because like Alex Jones was really influenced by and Rush Limbaugh from the 90s up to very prominently the Bush administration. Base of like conservative talk. And you know, and Alex Jones has said like that voice he puts on the globalist that he actually like modeled it off Rush Limbaugh. So I guess like automatically associate wing, you know, talk people bubble.
Yeah, no, Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin, and he works closely with but Ben Shapiro obviously is I know, but no, Alex Jones associate with Alex Jones. Alex Jones is on. He's like more conspiracy theories. I can think Alex Jones is hilarious, and he's more conspiracy oriented.
So before we go on to the next, because I know you have like the main topic of Peterson.
Oh yeah, baby.
I looked 12 rules for life and chaos.
Yes.
Well, just Dan, did you know that if you go on Wikipedia, the names of the chapters, so it's the chapters, right? It's 12 chapters, 12 rules. Taking a look at these?
Probably have before, but I've never read it. Like he had a very famous rule. He had a very, I don't know if it's in the book, but he had a very thing that he said where it was always like an inside joke in your room. Like he basically gives incels, like you need to pick up room and stuff, and that was always among him.
I think so. So I'm looking like name like my 3 favorite ones. All right. Okay. One, the first, which are shoulders back. I mean, I get that, like, you know, just like the whole,
but like, posture, how you present yourself, like have pride.
Yeah.
Right.
But then like number 5 is kind of funny. Do not do anything that makes you dislike them. What does that even mean?
Chapter.
Son, you are into. We all know it's a Sony house. Either get a PlayStation or you can live under the. Like that just. Number 12 is actually, I guess, a favorite because I pet a cat when you encounter. I can get down with that because I also like cats. Sure,
Yeah.
I don't understand self-help, but
well, that's it's things to improve your basic things. It's I don't know. I like again that I listen to on the other side of the political spectrum, and they'll say, you know, I always kind of liked his life. Like,
yeah.
So people are, I guess that's fine. And to me, that's just, it's not, hey, murder is bad. I guess it helps some. Fine. I mean, if that's, you know, thing with him is his philosophies on. He always has, like, he's very critical. When I say he's school Christian values type of guy. He's very preachy on the image and like very much hookup culture and, you know, seriously and blah, 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 blah. He's always that thing. And that's where he always more conservative. And again, over the years, he's only gotten more and more of where he's very like trans people and the pronouns. He's obsessed.
Yes. Can you hear the dogs barking out?
A little bit.
Like, close my window. So I'm asking about it. I don't know. Should I close my window?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like a white car driving down the road. I don't know. That's, you know, I wonder if, yeah, the dog is okay. So one of my neighbors, the dog just like gets loose like once a week. It's like not a nice dog. Because I've seen it and it'll start fucking barking at me. Where your dog, people? So I see it like, and I guess it's like, oh, I see what happened. Their dog is loose, and then there's like trying to walk her dog, and that just, you know.
Oh my gosh.
And like, be quiet, like neighborhood. A lot of people just like walk their dog. Like, I hate to say, but like they do, like they're bad dog owners of the neighborhood. Like, not as responsible as like God Maya. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, I think they're done now, so I'm not gonna. I did want to, because I don't want to like. I just don't want someone to listen to this and be like informed. When you were explaining the bill, that's his like whatever, right? I looked it up. So it's an act to amend the Human Rights Act and the Criminal Code. Was introduced into on May 17, 2016 by Justin. Generally, what it does is it adds gender expression and gender protected grounds to the Canadian Human Rights, also to the Criminal Code provision, propaganda, incitement to genocide, and sentencing. So, basically, it's meant to protect discrimination within the sphere of federal jurisdiction and from being the targets of hate propaganda, consequence of their gender identity or okay.
Gotcha.
Adds gender identity and gender expression are grounds of discrimination in the Canadian Human Rights Act. Basically, like, you know how you can't, like, you know, you go like a job can't like, oh, we're not black or Spanish.
They're
you know what I mean?
They're a protect. Basically.
Yeah, but it was just super common. Most countries, same, even here, that part. But like, you know,
I was gonna say,
like, you know, add it to like, you know, tell me like, hey, Bland, I'm not gonna hire you because you're Colombian. You know,
right? Of course.
Tell you, hey, Dan, you know, we're not gonna hire you. Can't do that.
Right.
I just went ahead and added. And I, like you said, I guess he got like really annoyed about it. have my thoughts on all that. Okay.
No, it all ties in. It ties into.
Well, so like, you know, like what got him like to, you know, got him like what you know what, right? And apparently, I guess he was on the Toronto engaging in dialogue around the bill. A protester like approached him and filmed a video, I guess, and that went viral.
Oh.
In 2016, and like his image, his like online image, and that's kind of like what became like the like. And 2016 is a year to go, considering that was like the first year of Donald Trump's presidency. Yeah, what's up, lady? Okay, stop hitting the mic with your jellyfish. Got it. Do you wanna? Okay, sorry. Yeah, to like clarify that, because I'm like, oh, this information on the internet today. Fox News peddler. Why am I talking?
Yeah, no. So I've always it's always what he's up to and what he's saying, and controversies that everyone. He's very meme. He's got a lot of memes. Memeable dude. Oh yeah. Very funny. He's always talking about like philosophical things, capitalism, Marxism, you know, all there's a lot of spoofs that can be, as there are on the internet. Basically, well, what happened was, oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, so I was gonna say, summarize. So he's been on the internet, you know, well known. Basically, this, you know, he wrote the book into gender identity and politics. You know, some internet notoriety, and oh my god, so because of that, I mean, it seems like I mean, I'm just assuming this. He probably used it to, like, you know, launch a little more. You go viral and you have the, you're already like a lecturer, like at a university, lecture the internet, you know, with far more people. So right. I would assume he probably, you know, because I mean, I would. I'm not gonna lie, I fucking
right. It
so
definitely was. Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely too that the books. I think that initial book, The 7 of Life, that really, like, oh, he wrote a book. No, that book was very, very popular. Like, a lot of people. Like, he got really big off that book. It wasn't, oh, I just got a book deal. Like, no, that was very well received. So he got a lot of that too.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that his YouTube, like, millions of views each. So it's like people listen to him. People who, I'm sure there's people like you and me who are like, oh, who are just kind of like, I believe all of this.
Yeah. Oh no. Like, again, I've always, that's where, like, I'll listen to, like, when he goes on road, I'll listen to him just to see, like, what he is and see if what he's all about him more, like, just so I understand the conversation.
Yeah.
You know, just like anything else. Like, I'll what he has to say just to out and see if I just genuinely question if he makes any good points or any. Never a thing too. What about him? And this is more. He's so stuffy. Like, he's so smug. Same thing with, like, Ben Shapiro. They're very people. You know.
Yeah.
They don't seem like, it looks like it would hurt them. Basically, like, it just. Like, capable of feeling happy. Like, they just smug, very, like, they're like, I don't know, thing.
Yeah.
So
she's supposed to, like, watch the baby. Sorry, I'm just okay.
Oh no, it's okay.
So I'm gonna use this as a segue then. One who was like Twitter for dead naming. Is that what it was? Was it?
Yeah.
Him?
Yes.
Okay, so explain what happened. Trending on Twitter. Here's what I know. Or, like, your explanation of it, but let me tell you, like, what I know. because I watched Umbrella Academy. I just 3. I don't know if you watch it. I really enjoyed it. You know, notably between season 2 and 3, transitioned, and Netflix just gonna have, you know, him be Elliot. Doesn't matter to us, and it really doesn't. Like, you know, Elliot Page's character used to be Elliot Page, now plays Victor. Don't give me a moment. Where Miriam is.
That's fine. Go for it.
That's why I got the premium. Where are you? Chicken bones. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm back.
All right. Sorry.
Hello. So, oh.
Sorry. Wait. All right. I'm listening.
So, wait. Jeez. It's like the fucking circus in here.
Yeah. What you know about Elliot?
Yeah.
Or-
So so the show just kind of did it. We're like, yeah, you're Victor. So like they literally just got it out of the way. Like, really well done. In the show, which is a show or wants whatever. Elliot just approached. Well, Elliot as now Victor. His siblings in the show, and he's like, yeah. So, by the way, I'm Victor now. And they're just like, okay, that's cool. They just move on from it. Like literally, like the dress like, and then everyone's just like, okay, whatever. Like, that's cool. So, I saw Elliot Page like, oh, maybe we were talking about his performance in the season, but then I thought like people out there who are like annoyed about it. The Jordan Peterson, what I gathered was okay. Jordan Peterson suspended, and I saw a clip of Ben Shapiro being like he got suspended. You know, he used the name once, and then this is why we need Elon Musk. Like, this is why we need Elon Musk to free speech. And then I saw like other like, I can't believe Twitter's doing free speech, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then you texted me about it, and I was on. So that's when I knew it was like a whole. So
He's a
what
big
happened?
name.
Well,
He's a
so what
big
the fuck
name.
happened?
So this is the thing. He was actually, because he's such so much of this stuff, Jordan Peterson. 2 weeks ago, this was a big. This happened. He was in another that came up on Twitter for something. So
Okay.
there,
Do you know
I don't. Yeah. So basically, as a sports cover, he was featuring like a it was like a of Sports Illustrated, and they size model on the cover. He tweeted out something. Sorry, not beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
he
shitty.
went dearth. Yeah,
Oh,
because
it's
basically
terrible.
he into like this whole like idea of like because becoming we're now we're this body positivity. It's not healthy. Like he just said like, oh, she's not beautiful. This is, and he just got dunked on left and right. All he basically then again, this was just a couple weeks ago. This whole thread, he kept tweeting and basically saying, I think Twitter for a little while. Everyone here, it's like you're the one that just started harassing this model. What the? You're just being a dick. So be off Twitter for a while. I'm staff lock my accounts and lock passwords and blah 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 blah. So I come back on this wretched platform. That's kind of how he talks. So then he.
I'm just picturing him changing the password to like random letter, writing it down a sheet of paper, crumbling it in the ocean, like "Be gone, foul."
Oh, he's insane. So then basically, yeah, it's ridiculous. It was like he's saying, "Oh my god, all this back piling up on me." It's like, well, you were being a total prick. You were harassing.
Can I add to that too, please?
Yeah.
Like people and like or like type up to like the public forum, and then people can like comment and then they
like
get
shocked.
mad like this is a public forum. Like it's like yeah, you can tweet, sure, but then like if people, what were you expecting?
Exactly. That's the thing. He gets very angry about. Like I don't get. Like he is angry about this stuff. Is not how he wants it, and he's just like literally he's the old meme, and he. If you got him on like a podcast, and he would probably have like a 45 about why this is just like pushing this body positive. America now they just want everyone to be his whole talking point, I'm sure, words. So this is not an argument I would agree with. But like he's so passionate about it, and then he'll just tweet like beautiful or something. This is disgusting. So that was a couple weeks, and
so
that
he
was
left
the
Twitter.
thing.
He like left Twitter
Supposedly, but then he was right back. That's why this was so like hypocritical, saying that he was quitting Twitter. So there's a whole overarching narrative. You're gonna love it. So tweet pulled up. So over the 4th of July week, there was I think it was the showrunner of Umbrella. I think like a talk show or something about how she came out or positioned.
Yes.
Basically tweeted the article and said, "When pride was a sin, Page just had her breast criminal physician."
Oh, that is
It was.
what does that mean?
It was going scorched. So that's the tweet. That's the
Holy-
tweet. And then he got ended off on Twitter for, you know, harassment or calling for acts of violence. And then he released, and I really you watch this video. It's a video of someone reacting to it. 14-minute.
Okay.
It's a 14 clip video that he released addressing the Twitter ban. He's just sitting in this studio like it's and he's so angry. He is just passionate. He's very, you know, talking about suspended, and he breaks down the everything. So
14 minutes
basically, and going into it. So, and he does this whole performative thing. I'm here to talk about Elliot, Ellen, and he keeps going, he, them, or like, oh, I mean them, and then he's like doing this because this is what to do, and blah 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 blah, and it's why I'm like it's he it's now Ellen Page. What's so difficult? I'm sorry. It's now Elliot Page. I don't watch. Yeah. I haven't. It's now Elliot Page. So he's just so on it, and he tried to like make it harder than it really was. And again, he's just it has nothing to do with him. Just gets so this shit. Like it's not hard. Just it comes down to he was just being a dick. The whole argument about the tweet and how he was detonate Elliot. He was saying like, well, I'm referring to him. So did he never, you know, a man like that were removed male breasts? But it's like, okay, you're just arguing semantics, you know. This is what
Shapiro was saying too.
You're going to just argue, like just semantics. Why are you just so passionately angry about it? He said, then he's like, okay, and then a criminal physician, and he goes, you know, and that maybe, watch that video. He goes so scorched earth.
Twitter ban
dude, it's
on
so
his
funny.
page.
So funny.
No.
It's so fucking. So he basically goes into saying, you know, whatever legally or criminals, but you know, butcher her or something. And he goes in so hard, which is so funny about it. But what he's saying is like, well, you know, argument against it is person he can make Elliot Page. What is the and if you're talking about children, maybe there's there, who knows, you know, weird argument with that thing, and you know, the sexualization of kids to be trans, I get that, but this age is a full-grown adult, own decisions, you know. So I don't understand why, but then his argument rests that kept him, and he said, well, a big actor and he could influence, like, so what like whole, he just works in these like logical leaps, could influence children to want to. We went through like all these people are insane. I don't understand. And the first remember when pride was a sin, and he started
what does that even mean?
Any argument that trans people like, oh, it's this going down the wrong path of life. What about people that at work? What about people that transition? perfectly happy. You conveniently people because that would completely.
They
And
also just like the whole children. They make it sound like 5 or 6 or 12-year-olds gonna be show or see. You know what? Yeah, too. And then like they do or something, and they're like, "Oh no, I made a horrible mistake."
I mean,
I
I think if like when you go, if you're a younger person, you're not very young, a little weird. Like that's all. I don't know.
yeah. You're going to sorry there, Daniel.
I
So
I don't. I think it's a weird thing there, but it's a whole different.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're trying to say. Like, I can see you're trying to like thread it. No, I get it.
No, I
Like,
don't care. I'll talk. Different
Oh,
argument we could, or just a whole different. What I think is a.
I'm doing it because I have a kid. Like, she was fine feeling at birth, right? I have a daughter. What she has down there, you know, I refer to her as a her, she, her. That's what I'm doing because at the moment, like, you know, it's like let's go in that regard where it's like no, that's my kid, man. I love them because she will die without me. Like for the next few years, even if she's like 5, you know, she's gonna, but at the moment, they'll be like, "Hey, you're gonna fucking starve to death." So, but like, you know, if a 5-year-old wear a boy's t-shirt, like yeah, I also want to wear a Spider-Man shirt. Knock your, I get it. So like, you know what I mean? But like, there is, you are the parent. You still gotta provide that. You still gotta keep that child alive. There will, and you know, and I'm not gonna refer to them like just because like I mean, but if they get to a point where they're like, be he him, I'm like, okay, cool. What's your name now? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I don't. I guess if I had a kid, again, like I have my parent, I don't fucking care. I don't.
Honestly, trust me. Even you have a kid, it doesn't really fucking matter. I buy boy time, dude.
Oh, I wouldn't give a shit. At the point, like let's say 13, if I had a son and they came, hey, I think I want to hormones or something, or I want to kind of start doing these very you can't go back decisions, or it's going to be very difficult, puberty and things like that. I do think there's a where it's like I would probably just want you to be, want you to know that it's the right choice. Start making those, like, you know, wherever. But if you want to start to alter your hormones and transitions to or something, or just like I don't know. I just
like I gotta consult a doctor. Puberty is rough, and your body's so I prefer to just be like, listen, I don't know if you should wait. He's done doing what it has to do, or maybe you don't know. So I'd be like, hey, let's go find a doctor. Doctors think. So
I think there is like a nuanced conversation thing that I'm always like interested in. It's like comes to kids, I don't know. I just kind of like I don't like if I had a kid. Let's see if you're still when your brain is fully developed. I mean, when you're like I would.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're being a part of it.
But then again,
like, just adds shades of like what you're thinking because you're not developed yet. Like, there's like, I mean, I'm not a fucking doctor, but like homosexuality and same sex, you know, like the whole, to my understanding, I've read, there's a lot like you're just born that way. Like no one chooses, is born that way.
Right.
It's like, you know, so like a 13-year-old says, your 13-year-old son is like, oh, that's like saying like, wait until you decide that. Like, no, you're just born that way. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're trying to say, but it's a very conversation, like incredibly nuanced, because
yeah, because if they at 13 and like, hey, I'm gay, I'd be nothing to do with that. Doesn't require you to get like, surgery.
Yeah,
that you can't go. Just a kid and you don't really know when you're just. Everyone in my class says they're a lesbian, so now and you don't really know what that means. You know what that means? No, seriously. You know what I mean?
I know it. Because there are, I mean, yeah, we all do things as kids.
Oh,
involved with the cool. Like, yeah,
every tattoo. If I got every tattoo when I was 12, oh my god.
Yeah. We all do things like it's super. Oh yeah, you like this too, right? And you're like, oh bad. So yes, I do like this thing. But you're like 12, and you're like, middle school's fucking terrifying.
And there's people that look, and there's people that legit transition, and that they're like, oh my god, I was literally felt like I was born with it was torture, and yeah, those people exist. That's a real thing. Like, I'm not denying that, of course. For me, if I had a kid, I would say I just give it a couple years to think about before. However you want, do whatever you want, but and again,
really
that's just me.
But really think about it.
This is why I don't have kids, because I don't want to. But it's just, and yeah, it's just weird.
I know.
It's too. It's like when we're always like, oh, you know, oh, protect. Like, it is kind of weird, like the sexualization of these kids when they're like 12. I don't know.
So much to it, dude. Oh god, we're shifting this conversation.
No, exactly.
Listen, like I have a daughter. Just I saw this fucking video. Like you know people do like TikTok pranks because of the fucking class. So the video was like a TikTok, you know, like, and I'm sure his buddy's like recording it. This woman was just like just standing there. I forgot what he walks up to her, and she could tell she's like, what the fuck's going on? And she's like, what the fuck? This guy just come out and just fucking punch him. Holy shit. And I'm just sitting there. That's really, like, you know, shitty. Like, you just went and kissed this random person. You know, that's
sexual assault.
That is sexual assault. Like, I'm saying, like, if I'm fucking standing in the street and some random, I'll be like, I will punch him too. I'll be like, what the like, that's boundaries, man. Woman. So people think it's like funny. So that as a whole, haha, it's funny. Like, no, dude, it's fucked up. Like,
yeah, that's assault.
But I would do the same. Man, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? But it's like woman, you know, because it's like, so like, some, you know, that was my kid, man. Like, I'm gonna punch that dude, you know, like,
oh, it's crazy,
it's fucking livid, and I'm like, I chose to raise a.
No, man, I mean, it's thing for sure. I just,
well, I fully get you being like, I just not gonna have kids. I totally respect that.
Yes, I guess for me, and there's, you know, and there, I think there have been a lot of, you know, this hearing people talk about on when they have these nuanced conversations, you know, out there that when they'll regret it, or they won't. No one ever really talks about that, because
I don't. I mean, because I know.
No, me neither. Imagine that that could be 100% pop. I would just want.
Yeah.
I would fear that would be a thing. It's like that's something you can't. You know, maybe it's just some sort of, maybe it's not, like, maybe
mistake. No, I get it.
So I just all I would care about is again, if I had a kid, if they're not my kid, one of my loved ones, I would just want to make sure, like, I just want you to be happy, whatever. I just want to make sure that you can't come back really altering your body, your hormones, everything. I just hope it is what is going to make you. That's all I really would want, because there's a lot they go into depressions, they transition, they get more depressed. Like there's a high suicide rate among them. Maybe that has nothing to do with the trans part. Okay, that's all I want. Like,
no, listen,
that's kind of where I come from, and I think you have that conversation and talk about those things. Positive, positive, positive. Yes, get the age 3. Like, I don't know. Like, I just I don't know. Like, I just
that's a grand clip right there. No, I'm kidding. Could have named this episode, by the way. Jordan trans identity, and then right there.
There's some entertainment things I want to talk about. No, so anyway, but so the tweet, so that was a whole different. The tweet when he goes, and then that was the thing too, when pride was a sin.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So I believe pride is one of the 7 deadly sins in the.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's his thing. And then he explains it in the video. Again, you got to watch this. So he basically
gonna watch it.
He says that, well, you know, why do we have why do they call it Pride Month? Why LGBTQ or whatever the hell they call it anymore? And it's like, well, they have more thing, you jackass. It's like, he's like pissed about it, and pride has a completely different way. If that's your argument, remember what sin?
That reminds me of so. Oh my god, yeah. So okay, okay, how you? It means something different to them, right? It's just what it is. Like to the LGBTQ community, the word pride.
You say the word pride. People use,
dude. Fucking, I'm not gonna say any names, obviously. So I'm not trying. Someone I went to high school with. They're pretty religious. I don't know if they. I don't remember them being religious back then, but now they are. And you know what the fucking? It was like a. It was have you seen the meme on a bed, and she has like and she has like a fucking shield, like rainbow and like pride icon. Seen that?
Oh God, no! But I can see it. So yeah.
Shared like the text version of that, kind of be, like I'll be exposed to. I want them to be informed, like homophobic subtext.
Oh sure, yeah.
My one friend, good friend of mine, commented, "Hey, what do you mean by that? Just it seems a little." And I kind of replied like, yeah, because I was about to say something too. The OP, kind of like, this is how I see it. Yeah, and then they mentioned how like I don't know enough about the Bible, but basically they were saying how the rainbow means like it's like a god image, like that the rainbow to them is like rainbow, which means this or some shit, right? So they were saying like it's been co-opted by the LGBTQ community, and they even said like, and but they basically they did say like and wrong, like that's not the right meaning of it. So I replied, I'm like, words have different all the time.
Oh,
like words, icons. So I was kind of like, decide that this is wrong, like that is wrong, like bitch, like what? Because I'm and like so then like on the thread, like I DM'd him, like we have, and I my favorite example, the swastika versus the Buddhist original,
yeah,
like the Nazis just axis, and now it means something fucking. But originally it means like peace and like, and I'm just like, and a cross, like just to me it's just this like it, the miss for Jesus Christ. See a Roman execution tool. That's what it's a Roman execution, And I'm just like, again, like saying like it's not how life works.
I didn't think just using the symbol of like a more of an extreme example to this. It's a word. We use that word in a daily basis. No one uses it in the term of a biblical sense. the idea that, and the, you know, the whole, you were, you're a class pressed against, and you were never accepted in society, and now you're showing that you're that we've reached that time now. I mean, it's just, you have to explain this to anyone is insane. But my whole thing is, if his argument is, well, it was a sin, same argument then to patriotism, taking down all the American flags because it's a sin of anything, what
can't love anything.
But exactly that argument, because it's so
well, like you just oh well, you can apply that to anything.
Applying that logic, you can't about anything then.
The argument starts to fall apart. Applying
exactly.
Like any kind of. It's almost like people are nuanced.
So exactly. So this is cherry on the cake, or ice. So cherry on when he video ends, and this was someone that I the person that I listened to did come up with this theory that he actually did this contract and he knew he was going to get suspended for it. So announced, or like right before this happened over the weekend, that Jordan Peterson having a show on the day.
Dan. So you need to watch this video. I'm like, okay, let me go. Jordan Peterson found his YouTube. Jordan Peterson now on Daily Wire Plus.
At the end of the video, it says Wire Plus. So it's all, people were saying there's a conspiracy on purpose to promote the show. His new deal with Ben Shapiro.
Oh, good press. No such thing as bad.
So and there's so many quotable things, and it makes him so memeable too. Like he'll say, "Yours woke liberal." We'll see who can. Oh, dude, it's hilarious. I wish we could do a reaction.
Oh God, can we? Honestly, why don't?
Can't I could do a. Would pick up the audio. I'm still working on that.
Fucking 10 minutes for me.
Oh, I know. Hell yeah! So
you know what that you watch obviously.
It
just reminds like just thinking
literally
that, like Jordan Peterson's exclusive, and they're only on VOT Plus.
So he's just getting more and more down rabbit hole of just old man yells at class. Very memeable. I've never self-help stuff. If it helps people, he's less about that now, and he's just more about other things. There's also a clip released from he podcast, and this was a video about this after this controversy, I believe. They were having this whole conversation, and he was arguing for that gay conversion therapy, and he's basically
it's been proven,
but he's basically arguing Dave Rubin, who's gay himself. Dude,
I'm looking it up now.
You gotta videos. I'll send you videos.
Oh my.
He
was a part of the. How the fuck did he go from that?
There's a whole lore, Gene, that you're missing between.
What is going on? Oh, Ben Affleck.
Okay, do you want a Dave Rubin quick of him?
Yes, because you know, like I'm very politics, but like
tapped into these people. These are the people.
No, because they're all terrible. Like who Marjorie Taylor Greene is and Coulter is, because like
2000 late.
Yeah, I know. Who's the one you mentioned earlier? The Fox News one, crazy girl.
Oh, Tommy Lawrence.
Like I hate that I know who they are because they're all, and it's like, watch the Moondocks.
Yeah, of course.
And Coulter comes in and they're making a all just a fucking like bit. Just like I just do it like she like becomes this whole different character and she's just kind of like I just do that shit because these rednecks love it. Just do it to sell books and like they better not stop this Warner rack ripping. But like so the joke is like truly believe this. They just know it. They just like do it because the books make them rich. And a part of me just believes that like Tucker Carlson, her and like Ben Shapiro, like a part what if like it's like and I've thought about it, Dan. During COVID, you know what I should have done, Dan? Dan. You know what I should have fucking done?
I'm a right-wing commentator and get a book deal.
Yes, or I should have just like I starting like an Etsy shop of all just like write it and then just going to the RNC and just selling this shit. But my Twitter, I'm never gonna say I believe in it. My like, yeah, here's this Trump hat, $10. And then like if they find out I don't get mad at me, I'll just be like, I never said I did. Your product and you bought it. And then I don't even become rich.
Well, that's the thing too about online. There's a lot of them go hard line position so they can make headlines, those things. But Dave is notoriously, I know people that I said this publicly that have like been on it and so insane. They're all just culture and like, you know, all like culture war stuff. So Rubin, he was a liberal commentator or something, and eventually ended up leaving the Young Turks, wrote this whole book called To the Left, and he based himself and he's gay and but no, he's genuine. He's like F tier political commentator on the internet shows, but now he's just people know he was on Joe Rogan and Joe Rogan have him on again because Joe Rogan kind of knew he doesn't really believe what he says. He's just trying career. He's a careerist. Yeah. There's an argument to be made that Ben Shapiro does the same. Candace Owens kind of does. They don't really. They're trying it. Like I don't know. I'm sure he does believe genuinely what he believes. I do. But Dave Rubin, I don't know what he's to lean into things and get a career. So that's his whole thing. And he like talking that are like anti-gay. And again, he sits there and like, he's like, yeah, I'm the good gay guy.
I'm the good gay.
I hate every gay. He's not, I'm sure, in the gay community.
He's just the guy that they can be like, I have a gay, but I can be homophobic because I have.
Like, right, but that's the unfortunate thing. Internet culture and independent media, you know, it's tough because some of these people, even on the left, too, like I can't stand Hassan. Sucks, and he's on the left.
Like the one who like bought like a fucking $1 million home. Like,
I don't care about his home. That was a whole thing. He does a decent climb now. He's a person.
That's another one. Like, to be fair to my right wing pundit, I don't know any of them because I don't want to. Like when I've seen like trending sometimes, and actually I was like, wait, so is this guy like another right? I actually wasn't the kind of guy. Then I found out he's like a shit. So then I'm just like, again, I'm like, I think like I don't want they are. I don't want like the ones I do know about because they're so, you know, they're so famous that everyone knows who you are. You know, like Ben Shapiro. You know, you just break fuck. Everyone knows who you are. You know, and like I can't stand a young. Listen to them, and I'm like, even I would be like, this is so. It was like this is too like pander.
Well, be CNN.
It was just like too like pandering, and like I fucking adore Behind the Bastards, and I love. You know, we'll get to that. So that's my point. Like, trust me, people on the right side, there's for different reasons, but it's also like insufferable because it's too much, man. It's too much.
Oh, I mean, that I listen to that I think are really educational and I learn a lot from it. And I just think I learn about this stuff. And so I like how, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like plugged into all this stuff. So
Yeah.
it's, but no, I'll send you videos.
I wanted to point. Well, so to the blah blah the Jordan Peterson, you know, is he still banned from Twitter? Like, do we know, or they suspended him, or just banned him, or do we?
He was suspended, but he had to delete the tweet. Suspension lifted, and he's like, "I'd rather die than do that." And to be clear, I've been suspended for it. I mean,
I agree. No, I do agree. Thoughts on free speech and so one day, I actually have a lot of thoughts on it. What was I gonna say? Because I caught a clip spurred Ben Shapiro and all of them to make a video response and defend him. And Ben, clip I saw on Twitter was really interesting. He was saying Elliot Page, and he even Page, and I'm like, look at that hero. But this thing was like, you know, Elliot Page starting Juno, a woman who gets pregnant, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, who fucking cares? Like, who cares?
I get. Like, it's just the idea of, well, we're referring to this person. Are you saying that Ellen Page never existed by dead naming them? And how he was saying it, but it's like, dude, you're just doing it strictly to be purposely doing that, and you're like, you'll see he's going like Elliot, like he purposely so dramatically is how this is so different. They, the, him,
it's
she,
not.
and it was she, and now it's he. Difficult, and like you don't have. I don't know. So
it's a bit. They're just acting.
It's old.
It's just like
there's a in the world to worry about. Now, I like the fact that you're just so with all these Republican, like the right wing people, the culture war. They're so obsessed with the green M&M. They want to fuck the green M&M. They want to sexualize, and they're saying, "Why you're the you can't even read Dr. Seuss." These libs doing next, and meanwhile you and like,
you can't. So, like, we can't eat. Can't read Dr. Seuss. I gender my trans friends. What the? The free, am I right?
It's just war bullshit, and from the left, can be crazy about it, but the right, that's all they care about. No one even brings it up. Like, it's just care about. So
can I tell you Dave Rubin's new book that came out this?
What? Oh my god, I didn't even know about.
Don't burn this country. Thriving in our woke dystopia.
Oh my god. Like, it's always so obsessed with this. Like, they're just obsessed. That's what with it is. It's like there's so many other things.
This too.
What?
Their arguments will be liberals are making the woke this and this and this and everything. You know what you need to go out and do? You need to do the exact same thing. $2.99 wherever books are. Buy it. Link in description. They're just selling books. Fucking rich for selling books.
No. Look, and that's the thing too. But I when you have people, it's like, look, if Ben believes, that's fine. He can do whatever he wants. People that are just trying to get a leg up, like just trying to lean into these things, and they're like just trying to get a career, and that's their whole bread and butter, and they're willing to, squander any actual beliefs or to just work their way up. Yeah. So, because you gain more of an audience, these hardline positions, and YouTube that have gone into politics have talked about that. If I went in and just did my own beliefs and went hard into left stuff, I could be making so much more. They've been offered times, and that's a real. But I think that's the unfortunate thing. independent media can do a lot of good. I listen to Kalinsky and Secular Talk. He's Breaking Points. I just think that good work, and they're very educational, and that's there's Breaking Points with Crystal and Josh. Like, those are very good left wing. They're like, I'll show you. I could show you any of it. Like, educational, and I learned so much from stories that they do daily, and that's where like I think these things can, independent media a lot of good and a lot of educating.
So what you're saying is you're right. Are you saying you wait, guys, friends? We have breaking news here, guys. Dan is pulling a box. For those of you, he's open his book out. Dan wrote a book. In the middle. I don't know what but it's about how don't pick a left or a right middle, and you can find it at Barnes & Noble, or you can order it off his website. Comments, Dan, you're selling the book. You brilliant.
No, that's the thing. You got to go either QAnon or who identify as a squirrel.
I'm sorry.
It's crazy. It's a crazy, but no, it's interesting. I was gonna bring up.
What are we at? Time right now.
We're at an hour and a half. Yeah. I knew that was going to be a long topic. No, I wanted. So yeah,
I should wrap it up soon. So I probably should wrap it up. No, it's okay.
I wanted to bring up Stranger Things.
Oh, good.
Oh wait, do you?
Of course, I watched Stranger Things, Dan.
What did you think of the finale?
I thought it was great. I don't have to say about it because it's all been said, but actually brought up something that I think I subconsciously know. So like this season, I honestly think since the first season is the best thing they've done since. It's like compared to the first season because it's very different. Probably the best. It's just I found no episodes where I was bored. Plot lines I wasn't a fan of, but like, you know what I mean? And the whole time it's like, why? Why is that? I will not put it as is like Demogorgon wasn't really a villain. Mind Flayer season 3 was also Mind Flayer. Billy was like the conduit. You know what I mean? This season had a proper villain with motivation, lines, and like it was a character. And I think that's what did it for me. I think that like what clicked for me.
Yeah,
having a proper antagonist.
Yeah, no, for me, I loved the second half. I thought it was the best TV shows on Boys. I love that it's just a great. Oh no, I think it's great. I think I didn't gonna come back so as it did, as strong as it did. And I think it's just the characters are so great. I think just watching them going on, I kind of made an analogy of when we did the episode when we covered the first part of the season, kind of like their Infinity War, where I have all coming together and they're able to balance all of splitting them up into groups and having and there's a murder in Hawkins. I love that, it's riffing nostalgia on Steven Spielberg, Stephen King, like it's all that type of stuff. It's also its own original story, and it's I can't help it. I love championing. It's like an original IP. It's not social commentary necessarily. I don't like that, but it's just such great entertainment that I was just so sad to finish.
Yeah, it was really good.
I just loved all the characters. They have such strong season, and they focus on all of them, and they all get. There are some things in the are not amazing, but overall, hair. I love the hell. But the finale was fucking awesome.
A lot of characters. I can't say Mike Wheeler, Finn Wolfhard's character. I liked him in like season kid. I thought he was fine, and I think his whole character made a lot more sense when he was like I don't know if you've seen it's like there's no way that this same Mike Wheeler who jumped off a cliff, same Mike Wheeler who doesn't realize that Will's crying right next. I realize like I haven't seen season 1 in a long. Like he had like a round face. He's like a cute little. Now he's like this really fucking kid. So I feel like his character worked better when he was a little kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I heard that too, and that's the thing. I thought and Mike's subplot and 11 weakest for a long and until, and I was like, right at when they kept cutting back to them in a different town. I don't really think I like their story going, and then suddenly those CIA agents came in and they had that sequence where people just started unloading, went on that fun road trip with the stoner. It was such a, and then I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. And no, it did seem like I know what to do too much with in the season. But to me, that or Jonathan, but I is enhanced so well because each storyline had like a really good comedic, and for them it was the stoner guy with the long. He was so funny, and it was and a road trip like looking for Elle in the pizza van. Yeah. So I just but to me it's like again, and I'm sorry, I think this is better than pretty much almost every Disney Plus show that's.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it is.
I'm just like sucks so bad. Something like this, and you know, the boys, it is a commentating on very timely and commentating on the discourse and zeitgeist of culture, but this is just story of these kids.
It's an escape.
It's so good. Like champion the fuck out of that, even though Mike and Will this season, I still think they had moments. It wasn't like they weren't. No one got Rose T code. Is my no one got complete.
I get it. It's like the Steve, Eddie, Lucas, Max, Robin is so good.
I feel like
Well, I think I think just theirs was like just good that it just the crew plot just feels like a pair. I love the whole flashback. I love how she's like trying to get her parents. I just feel like I don't know. I think it's also just like I'm not a fan of Mike. I can see how they're setting Will up to huge in the next season. When how being back in Hawkins, he like feels this tapped into the upside down. Oh yeah, he's gonna be really big the next and I love that, you know. Like I love that.
Last ending shot where they go out into the field playing. I've listened to that track like that ending.
Oh, it's like crescendo. You're seeing like an 11 goes and sees the flower. Like, oh fuck! Oh, this is so good.
Main theme. Oh, it was so good. I loved it so much. But that's I guess the one thing. It definitely felt like Steve and Dustin and Eddie and Robin, their subplot definitely seemed pushing the plot forward the most. It did seem like getting Hawkins. They did have to try to figure out how that's going to tie into everything. We're going to buy them time somehow.
You know what's they didn't have to do that. I'm gonna send you videos. The way Cosmonaut put it was like I actually really enjoyed it. I disagree. I usually like his videos, but actually this current video, he just didn't like the plot. I really watched the plot because I think Murray's a great comedic character. really enjoyed Hopper bonding with Dimitri, and kind of like they both have, you know, their things. That was great. Like just how it's like it's a different setting, you know, I enjoyed that. But like you said, like they kind of, where I was like kind of figured out like, oh, I don't know, for some reason they have to. It's like you don't have. They didn't have to do that. They didn't. I don't know, to the prison. They didn't.
I kind of see that they felt the need. I kind of get it. It felt like that was their infinity, and they kind of had to some plot line relevant to what was going on. I get that, and it was a bit of a. Well, I get it. I get why, but I a weak justification of like, oh, we're gonna somehow by killing the demon. I still enjoyed the hell of like that plane goes down with Murray and them. I was like watching, and I'm like, this is like H shit here. Like it was good. Yeah. And then like Hopper escaping on the snowmobile. It was it was so all of that. And so even if it was a weak justification of back into the main plot, I think that enjoyed where the plot. So
yeah, I would have been like the minute Joyce and Hopper hug. I don't know, maybe like yes, I don't know, like because it's skip the Soviet Union and get back to America, you know. So like it would have been okay, they're home now. Like I don't know, something. I would have been. They didn't need to go back to the prison. I mean, because I'm not gonna lie, I like, and then Hopper picks up a sword and it's fucking awesome. And that was fucking cool. He fights.
Well, yeah, and that's what I mean. You know, it's like on the season, I was getting a little confused. Certain people's motivations, like Pop. But wait a minute, who's now this government him, and like who's funding him? Like, and some of it's like not revealed yet. It's the thing. I don't care because I'm in the story so much. If I wasn't, I like we talked about this with like something like Dr. hitting me over the head with all of these rules to offer, I would start nitpicking to death. I don't care enough because it was so, and I'm like I got it, but that's the only thing I would have, or I guess the thing where I'm a little wanted to mention is going into season 5 now. Season is going to be interesting because the reoccurring criticism has been, and I had this criticism too. I always thought it was a great show, really good, but it always felt like doing the same thing over again. I felt like, okay, we're gonna fight the Upside Down, a little bit more maybe about it, and it's like it's just gonna come back again. I'm a little curious to see how they handle. We did all this thing where we Vecna, but he's still alive, and Hawkins is. It's like, are they just gonna have to in season again? I hope they do something to elevate. Just we have to defeat Vecna again. Survived. Then it's like it undoes the stakes of this entire season. I think they got to come up with something.
So I don't know. Maybe it was because even the trailer had the Robin where she's like, "I just can't, you know, I'm gonna go right for us this time." And when back, Vecna's like, beginning, like you've already lost. And then actually, I love the way how like, him like you see him fire, like they Molotov him, and then Nancy of a window. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay, I heard like a noise on my headphone, and then he's gone. So he like that, and then how he said like I've already like like whatever they did. Cause I watched that scene, and then Max dies, and 11's just like I like not know, and then like back screen, and I'm like, how much time is left? There's 40 minutes left, and I was like,
yeah.
So how it's like 2 days later, and then like I love how, like I guess they're okay. this massive portal open up in the ground. That's why to me, it's I think that's why the ending. Because like 20 minutes to see the repercussion. The universe, like it lets them to believe like, oh, you see them like volunteering and like even the characters believe like, okay, they're okay, and then they're not. So to that sort of thing where it's like they lost. Like
it's
Infinity War, back where they lost, and to go to Chris, yeah, the plot is basically, a gate open from the upside down, and there's a monster for 3 seasons, right? That's basically the plot. So I do how I think they said this. I think it was a retcon. I plan all along where one is Vecna, and he's the one who created the Mind Flayer, and he's the one been doing this from the beginning. I think.
Really?
Yeah, they said they've had a. I think maybe parts of it, but I rearranged some things, just which is natural. But I do like how they're tying that all in. So I feel different about it. Again, like I feel like also just like his Vecna's incredible. He's a very good actor. So I think to me that makes it different. Villain with motivation, and his whole thing is like, no, motherfucker, like because I have power, so I believe I'm better like that,
Right. Yeah.
And I guess his end game is just like the upside down into the real world. I don't.
Just wants destruction, and that's fine. Good.
Yeah.
I don't need more than that. And he's got a.
So to me, I don't see as they defeated him. I just see him, like I don't know, like I already won. Like I already like did what I got my 4 kills. Like Max technically fucked. So he's like, I did what I had to do, and I don't know. He went to recover. So like that's why the next season is gonna be like, just you know what I mean? Like monster comes out of me because like the way they set it up, shit, like that upside coming out, and you see everything's decaying, and the red storm clouds that we know, like now we're like, oh shit. As my brother was telling me that I guess they always have to do a little time skip because but it's never that long. Like it was summer 80, and this season is spring break 86. And actually they even say like it's only been like 185 days. So it's said that they said like they're actually long time skip. I like somebody like, I don't know, let's say they do like 2 years, like they're like, so they've just been living in like this world for 2 years. Also, like to me, it's like, this is just Hawkins, like what's going on, And also watch like MCU stuff, and they're like in New York, like where the fuck is Spider-Man? So whenever I see this, I'm like, where is the government? Yay. Like, so I actually liked how when you see like helicopters, and I'm like, that's what would be like, all right, what is going on? We are the army, we are here. Is there the Soviet like? So like the government would be like, are the Soviets nuking us? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Right, exactly.
So you can see like fucking like martial law, like it's in charge now. I actually would like to see that. I think that'd be cool.
I think that to do it. I think if like Vecna comes into the real world, that would be interesting. I guess I just don't want it to be, we thought we defeated. Yeah, like I thought, like I guess Strikes Back thing where they just lost. Season was we learned more about the main bad, but like I don't know, that they just figure a way. It's like at the end it was like, what? It's like, oh, like I don't know. There's a way. I trust if they did plan it out, they know where.
Yeah.
I can't for the last season, but yeah, no, I fucking so much.
Oh yeah, no, I've been a fan, and I figured that like I'd enjoy the season. really loved it. Like, this was very good. And that shout out Joseph Quinn, good as Eddie.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
he was.
I saw some theories. People fan theories that he's not actually dead. I'm just like, I don't know. We'll find out. Because also, like, you know, Barb was season 1. Sam, the actor, Sean Astin, season 3 was the friends Murray. They always bring in, they always bring in a character who becomes a fan that season. So, you know, if it's Eddie, Eddie, on par to what they always do. Things. Also, those kids can act now. They've gotten good.
They know that very good, well realized characters. Every one of them.
Also, just seeing them go, like Dustin's actor. I love seeing like these people become like Millie Bobby Brown is incredible now. Okiri as Steve, always. I love Maya Hawke. Always, she's been 2 seasons. You know, she's playing in.
Yes, you didn't know that. Yeah,
I want to go. We should go there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. What was I gonna say? But hold on, wait. I just totally lost it as soon as we started talking about Woodstock.
I was talking about the actors and how good they always have the 1 season character who, and then what else?
Totally forgot that's what I was gonna say. In regards to, I did think, because there's someone that dies in each season, would have felt a little weird if kill off Max. I don't know about you. Like, I actually was like, I don't know. Oh fuck! When she stood up and her arm snapped, it was brutal. And I'm thinking, I mean, because I'm glad off, because I think it would have been a little dark because she's the main kid, and just even seeing her arms, even if she lives, they got that would have been I do think it would have been I like that maybe they had her suffer coma and like there's stakes, but if it off, I would have been like, oh, that I don't justified.
Really,
like,
I disagree.
I don't know if killing off one of the main kids. Like,
it adds stakes. It adds stakes.
No, I mean, I wouldn't have hated it. I oh, you're gonna kill like one of the kids. He was just an older kid. It was a little bit different character. I felt like it wouldn't have made. I don't know. I would have just seemed almost like cruel of the writers to kill for just some. But I don't know. I lived.
Well, yeah. And I like the plot of this character. I like the actor, but they killed Hopper at the end of season 3. I think that would have added. It would have completely changed the season. But I think a criticism of the show is too also like in the end, all the main cast, like there's no stakes. And I think if there's ever gonna be a season where stakes would have been this. I don't know. Like, I said to Miriam, I was like, I don't think they'll and Max, like the siblings, I don't think it works. Glad to see her.
Right.
I mean, I thought he was gonna fucking die for sure.
I guess if they killed her, it would have been making a statement about the show, kind of in my eyes, saying, well, this is a even these children can literally see them get their arms and legs. And that's the type of playing in. And I never that they were in that kind of tone. Or like these kids could, like, I guess the older kids,
that's
yes,
fair.
It could be Stephen King levels. I guess it would have been a little to kill off a kid like. But so I don't know.
Well, so when Nancy, Jonathan, and Steve are more fair game.
Yeah, I think they would have been like high schoolers in the show. More of a there's the show gives the kids an innocence.
Yeah,
I don't think very interesting. It's a PG-13 where, you know, but it's a 4 quad. Scary things, people can die. Perfect Netflix line, but see one of the kids like get trapped. But I like that. But like you said, but they did do coma, so that does show that it's gonna happen to her. But if she just flat out died, oh, that is fucking a little out, I guess.
They did suffer. Listen, when they're in the RV and Steve's talking about in the future, I was like, oh, this motherfucker buried him. Then I was at his funeral.
You think so? Yeah.
I just saw it as like a, you know, like, oh, like his arc is kind of done. It says like I'm the babysitter, you know what, and like, you know, his character arc, he's not like season 1 was, you know, now he's like this like nice guy, and he realizes he's just like he was like a privileged, you know, while Jonathan is like oh, I'm a fucking dick to this poor kid. You know, 2012 Jonathan, you know?
Right, exactly.
So I really just thought like his, and I thought it was gonna be like Eddie fulfilled that purpose as well. I was upset that it just became like Nancy and Robin are just stuck being choked out minutes. I was a little bit like that was a little bit to me like some danger for them, you know, and I'm just kind of, come on, you guys had Eddie fight all these bats. I would have been fine with them like some dogs or something away, and then maybe come back and they're be like have a scene where like one jump Steve and like, you know, it's oh, he's gonna die, and then like Nancy, you know what I mean, like you could have done that, you know.
Was building throughout the plot that stopped them dead in their tracks, and at first the whole plan was was for nothing, but they did end up ones that did ultimately kill Vecna. But you know, I mean, that Steve or Eddie with the guitar, I mean, and the bats, it was so exciting the entire time. It did. I felt like this was 4 levels of excitement. The way that they just got in, it felt very similar to the beats of Infinity Ward thing. But yeah, no, so
like the tension's building. So Eddie's fighting the bat, Robin's fighting Vecna, Lucas is fighting Jason, and then it's just like, wait, oh, I've been fighting nothing. They're just getting choked out by Vine. They're the ones who like went in like armor and guns. It's like, no,
I get what you
they lose to.
I get what you mean. They did have to them for a minute to do, but in that there was so much else going on where I was like, fuck. But
all right, I gotta wrap it up. But I gotta go.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for the episode. Instagram next round. Follow us on Twitch and good stuff. Gene, thank you so much. This is fun. And next week,
I like let it be known, because I know I was like, yeah, I enjoy doing this. I'm gonna do it every week. I couldn't fucking do it. You know why? Because I lost.
Oh yeah, I know we missed you.
I felt bad. Like I was ready to record, working, and Miriam's like, "Hey, we have no." Like I'm thinking, like, oh, it's like 6:15. It'll come back soon. No, it didn't come back until like 10 p.m.
Fucking miserable. No, I felt bad. No, we'll be back. We'll be back next week.
Sure. All right. Well.
All right.
Another episode of Next Round on Me.
Thank you, everyone. Love
you. Please find us our exclusive show on Daily Wire Plus, where I will play my transphobic character. Yay!
And I'm saying goodbye.
I don't get the reference.
Look.
Oh fuck. Okay. I'm gonna. Right. Bye, y'all.
I
end recording. I want you to know, like half an hour ago, fucking living room, looks at me and goes, and I was like,
oh,
"Leave me
sorry.
be." I was like, "Leave me be."
Just oh wait, let me stop going live on YouTube. Okay, cool. All right. Live, nice.